guys, welcome back to the channel. Miss Dukes Plus 2. It's your girl Tasha, Latasha, whatever you want to call me. It's cool with me. And I'm back today with another video. I just did a video, my final thoughts on the Be Love and Eat with Q drama. So I said, let me do another one. It's early in the day. Let me do another one, maybe upload it tomorrow. Well, today for you guys. But yeah, I was gonna do a story time, guys. This story time is very crazy and it's very real, guys. It scared the crap out of me, okay? This story is it's a story time about the time I got stalked, guys. Really stalked. Like, this man, he was tripping like hard, okay? He was tripping hard. But let's get into it. So if you guys look back at my first story time, you would know that I am originally born and raised in Fairfield, Alabama, but I moved to, I said Cleveland in that video, but it's really Euclid, Ohio. It's like the suburb on the outskirts of Cleveland. But yes, I moved to Euclid, Ohio, back in like 97, I think. Well, I don't know. It was one of them years, something like that. And I went to middle school and high school there, and like I said, we moved back to Alabama in 2003. So when we moved back, you can go back to my last story time to get more information about that, like what we had to go through when we moved back home and all that, all that stuff that, it was very unstable, basically. But yeah, so when we moved back and we got more stable, I had a job. I worked at a daycare. It was like a Christian school, and it had like a full school K through 12, and it had a daycare. So I worked in the daycare part of the school, and yeah, it's very nice. I love the babies. It's very cool place to work. It was actually my brother's wife, her family. It was their business, and we moved back. They helped us out, and they gave me a job there, and I worked there for like 3 years. We came back to Alabama. So while I worked there, they had decided to do a shift change. They decided to do overnight daycare. Like, it was basically from 8 in the morning to 6. That's when I worked. And then they did overnight daycare, like with the baby stay all night. I guess for parents who worked overnight or who needed, assistance for their children overnight, they provided that. So they did that. I didn't do the overnight thing, thank God, because I definitely didn't want to. I was there from 8 to 6 every day, guys. I was wore out. This before I had kids, I was really young at this time, and I didn't have any kids, but I tell you, that working in a daycare will test your patience, guys. Oh my goodness. I think that's why my patience is kind of low now, because those kids, they took all my patience. Okay? They took all my patience. But it was cool because I love children, and it was a very good experience working around children of different ages. So I really enjoyed that job. But, and also, guys, it was a church at this, it was a church also. The family had a church. So they usually had church on Saturdays during this time. So one Saturday I got up and I went down to church, and so we sitting there, in the word, enjoying myself, and I noticed this man was sitting in front of me, and he kind of turned back and spoke, and gave a little small talk here and there. I was like, how you doing? Trying to be polite, cordial, not big. I wasn't doing too much. I was just, being nice. He spoke to me, you speak back. So after church, he tried to like pull me to the side and have a little more, small talk. And like I said, this time I was very young. And like, if you listen to my last story time, I said I was very shy. I was very shy to any man. At this time, it's like I was just shy. So, even though I wasn't interested in him, it wasn't like I was shy because I was interested in him. I wasn't interested in him at all. It's just I was shy talking to people, period. That's just how it was. So that went on, and he actually lived right across the street from the daycare where I worked. So I saw him the next time I saw him. This time, like I said, we was very unstable at this time. So I didn't even have a car at this time. So what I was doing every day was walking back and forth from home to work. Yeah, so I noticed that this man, he lived right across the street from my job. So, back to, I had to stop the video, guys, but I'm picking up. Like I was saying before, when we moved back here, we was not stable. We didn't, like I said, if you go back to my first story time, we didn't even have a place to live. So at this time, I didn't even have a car. So I was walking back and forth to work. Like, I had to be at work at 8 o'clock, and I left at 6. And I was walking back and forth every day from work and back to home every day. So usually when I walk out, I will be the last person to leave the daycare because, the daycare closes at, 6 o'clock in the evening. So usually I will have to stay there and wait till all the kids, parents pick them up. And some parents was, late a lot of the time, okay? So I would have to stay over until, all the kids were gone. And sometimes, when the time changes and it gets dark at like 5 o'clock, I was leaving at 6 o'clock. So a lot of those times, it was me and my little brothers actually went to the school. So it was me and my little brothers. We used to walk back home, and it'd be like pitch black dark some nights. So, you had to God be the glory. We're in a better place now. So hey, thank you, God. It's all because of Him. Thank you, Lord, because He took us out of a mighty bad place, and we are doing so much better now. So God is good. To God be the glory. But yeah, back to the story, guys. So we was walking. Actually, I was getting off of work one night, and I had to lock up the daycare. Well, actually, just close the door and it locked by itself. You had to open up from the inside. So I left out, and I hear this man. I see him running across the street, and I'm looking like, I'm kind of scared because I didn't recognize him at first because it was dark. So I'm looking like, he like, hey, come on, trying to talk, and he like, oh, you remember me from the, at church? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, how you doing? Trying to make a little small talk, but at the same time trying to give him that hint, like, I'm trying to go home. Like, this is crazy. You kind of, you in my personal space, and you kind of creeping me out a little bit. But I didn't want to be rude, so I didn't say that. But then he just went on until, yeah, I just think that you are such a beautiful woman, and I want to take you out and all this. And he looked, I'm telling you guys, he looked like he could be like my dad, okay? Like I said, at this time I was young. I was probably not even 20 years old at the time. And this man looked like he can be like 40. Like he was in his 40s or something like that, okay? So I was like, take me out. No bueno. Okay. No go, baby. No go. But, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm like, okay. So, like, well, I gotta go. Me and my brother's going home, so I'll talk to you again later. Trying to brush it off. Guys, every time this man saw me, he did the same thing. Every time he saw me leaving that daycare, to the point where they had a side door to the daycare, and I just started going out that side door. And if he saw me going out the back way, he was still running, trying to catch up to me and my brothers. And it got, sorry guys for the glare. It got really bad. And, people was afraid for me. A lot of my, like I said, this business that I worked for was in the family. It was my in-laws. So they was kind of, concerned about the situation. And it just was getting crazy. So, one night, my sister-in-law and my brother actually decided to stay with my sister-in-law because she was going to do the overnight care. So the next morning, my brother calls my mother and say, this morning a man was banging on the door hollering for Tasha, saying he brought her breakfast. He banging on the daycare door and saying like, Tasha, I got breakfast for you. Because he thought that I was the overnight care person, but I wasn't. And he actually was banging on the door, scared the kids, scared my brother. Well, not, my brother wasn't scared, but he was like, they were like, what was going on? And my sister-in-law was like, what is going on? He actually was banging on the door saying that he brought me breakfast. Now, you may think, oh, that was something nice, but it was just like, no. This man, by this time, he should have got the hint that I was not interested. But he kept doing things like this till one night, like I said, people stayed. Some kids' parents picked them up a little later than the time that they were supposed to. But this night, my sister-in-law was there, and she said, Tasha, because she knew that me and my brothers walked home. She was like, Tasha, y'all can go ahead and go, and I will stay behind, and I'll wait for, the kids' parents to come pick them up. So I was like, okay. So me and my little brothers are walking out the door, and lo and behold, he's running across the street again. Tasha, I want, talk. I can't, like, this happened a while ago, guys. I don't remember what he was saying, but I know I was, like, scared to the point. But my sister-in-law saw that I was scared to the point where she had to say, hey, could you please leave her alone? Like, she's not interested. Could you just, go back across the street, go about your business, basically. And wow, why did she do that? I mean, he got very angry. He started hollering and stuttering and talking fast and crazy. It really scared me to the point, guys, we had to call the police. The police had to come. And they had to talk to him. And come to find out, guys, the house that he was living in was actually a halfway house. I guess he was a recovering drug addict. And he was, like, maybe he had some mental issues, too. But yeah, guys, the police had to come and let him know to leave me alone. And they was telling me that I need to get a restraining order if it kept happening. But I think that after that happened, and I think the people that ran the house, the halfway house that he lived in, I think when they found out, they kind of kicked him out. Because after that, I never saw him again. And, I felt bad that he got kicked out, but I ain't gonna lie, in the same sense, I was happy, guys. I was like, okay, like, thank you. I can try to get home in peace. It's already dangerous. I'm walking up these dark roads, me and my 2 younger brothers, walking. It was at least, I know we at least walked 3 miles home. It could have been 2, but it wasn't that close every day. So, we doing this every day, and then I'm worrying about this man messing with me or trying to date me or whatever, and I'm not interested. But thank God I didn't see him anymore after that. I guess they sent him away, and maybe he went to another halfway house. I don't know. But that was a crazy situation, guys. And when I worked at that daycare, like, like I said, I was a young girl, and a lot of those fathers, they try to take advantage of that, and they try to pull up on me, and a lot of those fathers were married. I say good morning to their wife as they drop the kids off, and they still try to talk to me, and it was just crazy, guys. And like another time, an actual police officer, he has 2 kids in the daycare. His wife was a teacher, and he used to make me feel so uncomfortable. I will be trying to pack up his kids' things so they can go, and he walking up on me and, oh, you shy, I'm gonna take that out of you, and saying little things like that, to the point where I had to have somebody back there when I knew that maybe he was coming to pick the kids up. Somebody would actually be back there with me when he came and picked the kids up. So it was crazy, guys. But yeah, that's a little story time about the time this man lightweight stalked me. Thank God he didn't know where I lived. He just knew where I worked, because I worked directly across the street from where he was staying. But yeah, guys, that was crazy. But thank y'all for watching. That's the end of this video. Thank y'all so much for like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, guys, for everybody who has been doing that. Please continue. If you like what I'm saying, if you feeling your girl, come on, join the family. I would love to have you. So like, comment, subscribe, and come on back and check your girl out. Thank y'all so much. Love y'all, and God bless.